Hello there, good evening to everybody. My name is Enoch from Medicheck Consults. Today we are going to go through a tutorial made for beginners of Excel of Microsoft Office. So today we are going to learn basic introduction to Excel and Excel interface for beginners. So I'll quickly dive into the video and we'll look at how Excel works for us. In our day-to-day activity, we do a whole lot of data collection, data management, data analysis, and data visualization. Excel is a perfect tool to help us to be able to accomplish this task. Assuming we are dealing with malaria cases in a community in northern Ghana, and we want to analyze the data and visualize the data with Excel. Excel will help you to be able to collect, manage, analyze, and visualize the data. So we'll start by teaching you how to navigate from your desktop to Excel. That is, before you get to Excel, you have to go to the search button. If you are using Windows 11 or Windows 10, you click on the search button and you move to type here to search and type in Excel. Once you type in Excel, in the drop down, Excel will pop up. Then you click on Excel. Once the interface opens up, at the left top corner, you see blank worksheet. That is where we are going to be working with in Excel. The others that you have there are pre-designed templates for basic management of certain common tasks that Excel identifies that people will be interested in. So you have organizational organogram, you have seasonal photos, you have personal monthly budgets, and the likes. So we would like to start with clicking on a blank workbook where it will display the components of Excel. So we click on blank workbook to open Excel. So once you open Excel, you begin to see small rectangles across Excel with no limits. Those are called cells in Excel. You also see on top of Excel that there are some letters A, B, C, D, and the likes. These letters are referred to in Excel as columns. You also see again that we have some writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 down to infinity. That those numbers are also called the rows in Excel. So the intersection between the row and the column, we usually call it the column name followed by the row name. So where I am, it is called B3, and when you go on top to the left corner, you will see that it is highlighted there as B3. We could also change the name of that B3 to anything that we want to change the name to. So when you move the cursor to a different place, it changes the name at the top left corner of your windows. So having said that, we are now going to be able to understand what the buttons on Excel tells us about. So basically, we also have a we also have a cell on top there that we usually call the function bar. And the function bar helps us to be able to type in functions to ensure that Excel is fed with information to be able to act. We also have on top of that a function bar, we have a ribbon that has information running through it from the left to the right. Now on top there we have file, home, insert page layout, formulas, data, review, and view as part of the tabs that Excel gives us the opportunity to interact with. As we move on with the videos in the tutorials, we will get to appreciate the use of these buttons that we have on Excel windows. Now you will also realize that this whole sheet that Excel is talking about is named as sheet 1. This whole interface, we call it sheet 1 in Excel, and the name is rightly script at the down left corner of the windows where the cursor is currently pointing at. Now this sheet helps us to be able to collect data, manage the data, and as well as analyzing the data. So for instance, as we said in our earlier submission, we will want to collect information on malaria case count across a particular community in northern Ghana from December 2024 to June 2025. So assuming we have the first cell A1 containing the dates of the event or the summary data, then we have the count of malaria cases in the second column of the cells. Now, to collect that information, December 2024 to June 2025, we'll just type in December as the month, then add the 2024, then press enter. Then when we press enter, Excel recognizes that we are referring to December 2024. So it gives us a format of that date that we have entered on Excel. So Excel is very smart enough to know that once you have entered that information, December 2024, when you try to drag the information downwards, it gives you the ability to be able to get other months that prevail after December 2024. So to do that, I'll quickly send my cursor to the right corner of the cell, which when you do that, it turns to a black plus, and I'll click on it and drag it down. Once I drag it down, it should be able to give us the information for the other months of choice. So you see that clearly it has given us January 2025, February 2025, March 2025, April, June to June 2025 as we wanted to collect the information. We are also going to talk about the case count of these malaria cases across the periods of interest. So for instance, in December 2024, we can see that we had 2,400 malaria cases. Here we had 1,600 malaria cases. Here we have 1786 cases, we have 2256 cases, we have 3436 cases, we have 881 cases, we have 701 cases in June 2025. So having all this information to be able to manage that data, I'll quickly also highlight by clicking and dragging down to the last cell of interest and going to this ribbon and clicking on the comma to add commas to the data that we have collected. But mind you, we do not want the 0.00 there because we are talking about case counts of malaria. So I'll go also onto the ribbon and look for this sign that decreases the decimal places on the sheet and click twice to take off the zeros. So once I do that, I have this now, which tells me the total number of malaria cases. Also, you will see that the count of malaria cases exceeds the cell and moves into the next cell. To correct that problem, you need to place the cursor on the corner of the B cell and double click to enlarge the cell to contain that information on top of the cell. Once you do that, it is able to allow all the information to be beautifully captured on the window that we are working on. To beautify it, we want to highlight everything by clicking and dragging across and going to the ribbon that talks about the borders of the cells. Click on it and say that we are going to give borders to all the cells that we have in Excel. So we will navigate to all borders and click on all borders to give it a fine look for you. So but once you do that and you move out of the cell, you see that it beautifully captures the information of the data with respect to malaria cases across these particular districts. Also, we will want to maybe visualize this data for people to know the malaria cases month on. So what we do is that we highlight everything by clicking and dragging across all of the cells of interest and going to insert button on top of the Excel. You will remember that I told you that with Excel, once we begin to enter data, analyze data, begin to manage data in Excel, you get familiar with most of the tools that you are going to be interacting with, or most of the ribbons or most of the buttons that you'll be seeing on Excel. So when we go to insert, we will want to insert a graph that depicts this particular trend of cases from December to June 2025. So when we go to insert, now we go to the easiest is to use recommended charts, or if you know the exact chart you want to use, then you can go to that exact chart by going to either the bar, the histogram, the line, the pie, the Pareto chart, the scatter plots, and the likes. So all these charts and graphs are stipulated on this particular window that you can draw with. So when we go to recommended charts and click on it, you see that Excel recommends some particular graphs, and look at this beautifully displayed for you to be able to appreciate. When you look at the charts of interest, you will see that it has drawn a recommended chart of a line graph that depicts the trend of malaria cases. So because of how smart Excel is, it's able to know the type of graphs that will suit this data set. So if you are comfortable with this, we just go to OK. But if you are not comfortable and you want to change, you can click on this, it will change. You can click on this, it will change. You can click on this, it will change. And you can click on this, it will also change. But the recommended chart is the first one, which is the trend. So we'll go back to the trend and go to OK. And you see that beautifully it draws a count of malaria cases, visualized chart for you to see the trend of malaria cases across the months of interest. So if you like what you have seen, please subscribe for more videos. This is just introduction to Excel, and we'll be getting more and more as we go on. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye bye.